the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Obiena strikes gold in France. Eagles soar past Chiefs to claim Super Bowl glory. Jalen Hurts shines bright. Philippine curlers dominate Hong Kong in Asian Winter Games opener. In golf, Ardina eyes home advantage at Philippine Ladies Masters. In the NBA, Cunningham's triple-double powers the Pistons past the Hornets. And Brooks leads the Rockets past the Raptors to end their skid 94-87. And we have Philippine football rising star Elijah Villanueva. All the headlines and more here on the Scorecard tonight, the 10th of February. Now here's our roundup. Obiena is back in winning form. The Filipino pole vault star soared to victory at the Meeting Metz Moselle Athlelor in France, bagging his first gold medal of the year after a brief setback due to injury. Currently ranked number 4 in the world, Obiena cleared 5.70 meters on his first attempt, securing the top spot via countback. Though he took 3 shots at 5.85 meters, he couldn't quite make it, but no worries. His 5.70-meter mark is now his season's best. Dutch vaulter Mino Vloon took silver with an identical 5.70-meter clearance, but stumbled at 5.80 meters, while Tokyo Olympic silver medalist Christopher Nielsen settled for bronze with 5.60 meters, failing to surpass 5.70 in 3 tries. The win comes fresh off Obiena's runner-up finish at the International Jump Meeting Cottbus in Germany, proving he's quickly regaining top form. The Philadelphia Eagles are back on top in a commanding 40-22 victory. The Eagles dethroned the Kansas City Chiefs, securing their second Super Bowl title in franchise history. Jalen Hurts was the man of the hour, delivering a near-flawless performance that earned him Super Bowl MVP honors. The Eagles quarterback was cool, composed, and completely in control, finishing 17 of 22 for 221 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air, while setting a Super Bowl record with 72 rushing yards by a quarterback, plus a signature tush-push touchdown. Philadelphia's defense came to play too, stifling Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs' high-powered offense. They held Kansas City to just 225 total yards and forced 3 turnovers, including a game-shifting pick-6 by Cooper DeJean in the second quarter. Mahomes, despite his best efforts, couldn't dig the Chiefs out of the hole. He threw for 257 yards and 3 touchdowns, but his 2 interceptions and lost fumble proved costly. For Hurts, the victory was personal, from losing his starting job in college to being overlooked in the first round of the draft. He's had his share of doubters, but on this night, under the bright lights of Super Bowl 59, he left no questions unanswered. He led, he delivered, and now he's a Super Bowl champion. The Philippine women's curling team came out swinging in their 9th Asian Winter Games debut, delivering a 7-2 rout of Hong Kong in Harbin, China. Led by Kathleen Dubberstein, the squad featuring Leilani Sumbilio, Sheila Mariano, and Ann Bonacci controlled the match from the start, setting a strong tone for their campaign. Mark Feister, Dubberstein's partner in mixed doubles, fell short of a historic bronze after bowing to South Korea 6-1. Meanwhile, speed skater Peter Grosclose missed the quarterfinals in the men's 1,000-meter short track, finishing 3rd in his heat with a time of 1 minute and 28. Now over at the Yabuli Alpine Skiing Slalom Stadium, it was heartbreak for Francis Ceccarelli, who got disqualified in the men's slalom first run. A day earlier, Tallulah Praux placed 16th in the women's event. Amid the mixed results, Philippines is still determined to make a strong showing in this edition of the Asian Winter Games. In golf, Ardina is gearing up for a big week as she looks to capitalize on home course advantage at the ICTSI Worldwide Link Philippine Ladies Masters, teeing off Wednesday at the Country Club in Santa Rosa, Laguna. The 2024 Paris Olympian has been fine-tuning her swing in preparation for the 54-hole tournament, which boasts a $200,000 prize purse. The 2024 Paris Olympian is eager to showcase her skills on familiar turf against a strong field, including Princess Superal, Daniela Uy, and rising Korean star Tiffany Lee. With top contenders from the KLPGA, TLPGA, and Thailand LPGA in the mix, Ardina sees the challenge as extra motivation. Now in the NBA, Cade Cunningham delivered a commanding performance with 19 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds, leading the Detroit Pistons to a 112-102 victory over the Charlotte Hornets. His 8th triple-double of the season ranks 3rd in franchise history. Tobias Harris topped Detroit scoring with 20 points, while Jalen Duren contributed a double-double, 16 points and 12 rebounds. The Pistons dominated early, surging to a 39-15 first-quarter lead, tying a franchise record for the largest first-quarter margin. Charlotte struggled, shooting 30% and committing 8 turnovers in the opening frame. Despite missing LaMelo Ball and Nick Smith Jr., the Hornets mounted a comeback led by Miles Bridges, 30 points, and Seth Curry, 26 points. A 14-0 run to start the fourth quarter trimmed Detroit's lead to just 7, but Cunningham and Schroeder responded with clutch shots to regain control. Meanwhile, the Houston Rockets overcame injuries and adversity to snap a 6-game losing streak, defeating the Toronto Raptors 94-87 on Sunday. Dillon Brooks led the charge with 19 points, while Jalen Green added 18, who was also celebrating his birthday during the game, helping Houston secure a much-needed victory. The Rockets played without Fred VanVleet, who is out with an ankle injury, and Steven Adams, and also lost Alfred Sengun early in the game due to back spasms. Now, despite these setbacks, Jeff Green and Jock Landale stepped up to fill the void. The Raptors held a 4-point lead early in the fourth quarter, but Houston responded with a 14-2 run fueled by Green's shooting and tough defense. Now for Toronto, Emmanuel quickly led all scorers with 20 points, but it wasn't enough as the Raptors suffered their 4th consecutive loss. And here are more results from around the NBA. And here's your daily dose of sports lingo. What's more intimidating to a quarterback than facing a relentless pass rush? The blitz, a high-stakes defensive attack designed to collapse the pocket and force game-changing mistakes. The term blitz is derived from the German word blitzkrieg, meaning lightning war, a strategy of rapid, overwhelming force. True to its origins, a blitz in football is a high-risk, high-reward maneuver where defenders charge past the offensive line to pressure or sack the quarterback. By sending extra players beyond the usual pass rushers, defenses aim to force hurried throws, turnovers, or game-changing plays. However, if the offense anticipates the blitz, it can counter with quick passes or screen plays, turning the aggression against the defense. A perfectly executed blitz can shift momentum in an instant, proving that in football, just as in battle, speed, surprise, and calculated aggression can be the keys to victory. It's time now for our off-court buzzer. Just when the Mavericks thought their franchise-altering decision couldn't look any worse, reality hits hard again. The newly acquired face of the team, Anthony Davis, is reportedly now set to miss at least a month with an adductor strain, according to ESPN's Shams Charania. Meanwhile, over in Los Angeles, Luka Doncic, the superstar Dallas traded away, will soon be suiting up for the Lakers. Between front office blunders, a handshake deal that sidelined Mark Cuban's input, and President Patrick Dumont's leadership in question, it's becoming clear. Dallas is in deep trouble. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 10th of February. When we return, get to know Philippine football's rising star, De La Salle Zobel's Elijah Villanueva. So watch out for that when we return right here on The Scorecard.
First, updated, on top of everything, and focused on the things that matter most. This is who you want to be. So scan your digital boxes now and search for Villanueva News Channel. Always on top. From the filing of candidacies until the last ballot is counted, your newest trusted news source, BNC, the Billionario News Channel, will be at the forefront to guide your decisions and guard your vote. Tune in to BNC's Election 2025 special coverage.
Welcome back to The Scorecard. Philippine football is once again seeing a resurgence with the awesome performances of the men's and women's national team in recent international outings. And as the seniors make their mark on the pitch, we also set out to get to know the young guns ready to take the baton in due time. Here's Erica Christensen with rising star Elijah Villanueva.
So today we have the honor of interviewing one of the up-and-coming football stars in the Philippine scene. He plays as a winger for the De La Salle Zobel football team. We have Elijah Villanueva on the show. Hi, Elijah.
Hello.
Elijah, thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Of course, you have such a lovely campus, but first and foremost, we are very much curious to know how you started in football. So can you tell us what age did you start and how did, or who rather, inspired you to take the game more seriously?
I've been playing football since I was about 5 years old. So even before I was grade 1, I was already playing. And it was just a really fun game. Like, I still remember the first time I was like kicking a ball around and I was like, oh wow, this is so fun. And then I joined my first football club and I met a coach there that really pushed me. You know, as young as then, I got pushed to, you know, work harder, and it inspired me. And throughout the years, I just kept playing and playing, and I am where I am right now because of them.
All right, now fast forward to now, obviously, you are playing as a winger for your team, for De La Salle Zobel. How does it feel to be able to play for your school, you know, representing the flag of Zobel? How does it feel?
It's definitely an honor to be able to play for DLSC, especially for this UAP season. And it's a really nice experience to be able to meet and to play with all my teammates. Because we all love one another and we all push each other to do even better and to work even harder. And I just hope that our team can win this season.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of winning, by the way, I think we all know that, you know, the De La Salle Zobel football team has won first time and last time as well during UAAP season 70. I think that was, give or take, 2007. I don't even want to count how old you were back then, Elijah, but that was a pretty long time ago. But knowing how your team is right now, and of course being coached under Coach IE, how do you think your team will fare for season 87?
I think our team can do very, very well this season, especially with the excellent chemistry we have, I would say. Our current standing is third place with 7 points. just below FEU and UST with 2 wins, 1 draw, and unfortunately 1 loss last weekend against FEU. But that's okay because we bounce back, we get stronger.
Yeah. And speaking of Coach Ai, I know how Coach Ai has been the coach for your team for so many years now, but how do you think Coach Ai's coaching style differs from all the other coaches that you've worked with in the past?
Well, Coach Ai definitely has a unique coaching style because he basically trains us as a team and not really like individually. He doesn't train us individually, but he focuses on like our team chemistry and how we pass the ball and like the set pieces that we use in game.
Now, also, as we know, Elijah, there has been quite a resurgence in the football scene here in the Philippines. The Philippine men's football national team has played in tournaments recently, the past 2 years, and we've done pretty well. In comparison to our Southeast Asian neighbors. How do you think the resurgence in football will be able to benefit you as an upcoming star?
Well, being like the thought of just playing in the national team is already like a form of motivation to want to like be there one day, to like push harder and keep working harder till you get to that stage where you can represent your country in such a way, you know.
That's really their dream, diba? And goal talaga.
It's everyone's dream to be able to play in the national team one day. And like, given how well we're doing, you know, with the national team right now, it's just motivation that, oh, like one day I wanna be like this also.
Okay, who is your favorite? Who is your favorite and why? Just out of curiosity.
That's a hard question.
Okay, well, he is my personal favorite as well, Sandro Reyes, but he is also someone that we should all watch out for in the Philippine football scene. Ikaw naman, talking about you, Elijah, who is your idol in the sports and in life?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, why?
Because I know how hardworking he is. Like we all know like Cristiano Ronaldo. He wasn't the player he was if not for his mindset and his hard work, like throughout the years. And even though he's getting older, he's still like training hard. He's still like in good shape, and he still continues to inspire everyone to this day.
What about Cristiano Ronaldo that you want to adapt into your life?
I guess his resilience and his ability to keep going even though things may not go his way. The fact that like even though he misses, even though he doesn't do that well sometimes, he still keeps pushing and he'll keep doing it over and over again until he finally succeeds. And that's something that I really admire about him.
I love that. All right, Elijah, now before we close up our interview, what is your end goal in your football career?
Well, yes, my dream or end goal is to be able to play in the national team one day, and also to hopefully before I graduate, to be able to win a UAP season, hopefully this year, and just to make everyone proud.
Yeah, and we are gonna do that. We're gonna look forward to that, Elijah. Now, my last burning question would be, give me your top 3 wingers who played for the Philippines.
Ooh, there's not a lot of wingers.
Not a lot, but when we do, they're actually good.
I can only really like think of one.
Okay, top of head, who?
Makiling.
Why Makiling?
I guess like his technique and like the way he plays, like he's just a really good player.
I know he's a dancer too on the field, right? He's an amazing dancer on the field as well. Grabe siya gumalaw on the field, diba? Like you really can't defend that guy. But again, thank you so much, Elijah. And yeah, we are looking forward to your success this coming UAAP season.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, all right.
When the scorecard returns, we will look into the upcoming NBA matchup so you can keep your eyes on the prize.
Magandang gabi, ako po si Pinky Webb.
At ako naman si Corina Sanchez Rojas.
Kombinasyong Corina Sanchez Rojas at Pinky Webb. Dalawang mamamahayag na subok sa tapang at talino.
Simulcast tayo sa DWAR, Abante Radyo at 94.7 Mellow BFM.
Mapapanood din tayo sa Abante Teletabloid sa SkyCable. Sa bawat issue may anggulo at ang balita may agenda.
Every morning,
We won't mention
let's start your day right and laugh with fun. Join Paulo Del Rosario
So excited to bring it all here for you.
and Asis Carillo.
Always a pleasure sharing our mornings with you. Don't forget, wherever this day takes you, choose joy and spread kindness.
And Monique Tuzon.
Your mornings are no fun with us. Join us in the next hour for stories and conversations that matter.
Only here on
It's a beautiful day.
This Valentine's Day, let's celebrate love in all its beautiful forms. Whether it's romance, friendship, or family, love makes every moment special. From our hearts to yours, Happy Valentine's Day.
You're watching Business 360, where we break down the numbers, connect the dots, and give you the developments and insights you need to navigate, adapt, and lead. Canada and Mexico impose retaliatory tariffs against American products. The Department of Agriculture declares a food security emergency to address rising rice prices. U.S. President Donald Trump says America will take control of the war-torn Gaza Strip.
And that's it for Business 360. I'm Mikey Oreta. Keep it here on BNC, the Billionaria News Channel, always on top.
Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. We'll break down the upcoming matchups to deliver key insights that might just give you the edge you need to stay ahead of the game. Tomorrow, February 11 at 8 a.m. Philippine time, live from Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio, the Minnesota Timberwolves will face off against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Minnesota comes in hot, winning 3 straight and sitting at 30-23. They're coming off a 140-98 win against the Trailblazers, with Jaden McDaniels going off for 30 points and 10 rebounds. Defensively, they've been solid, allowing just 108 points per game. Now, with Anthony Edwards questionable, expect Jaden McDaniels to keep it rolling with 22 points. Cleveland at 42-10 leads the East. They're fresh off a 134-124 win over the Wizards, led by Donovan Mitchell's 33 points and Evan Mobley's 27. The Cavaliers, they have been scoring at will, averaging 122.4 points per game, and Mitchell should be good for 30 more in this one. The Cavaliers entered this game as 4.5-point favorites, with both teams on a roll. This game could be a nail-biter. Now, the over-under is 226.5, pointing to a high-scoring affair. Now, the question is, can the Timberwolves keep it up, or will Cleveland protect home court and pile on more wins? And at 8:30 a.m. Philippine time, live from the Casilla Center in Miami, Florida, the Boston Celtics will face the Miami Heat. Boston at 37-16 after a 131-104 win against the Knicks. Jason Tatum dropped 40 points. Peyton Pritchard added 25 and Derek White contributed 17. Boston is lighting it up from deep, leading the league with 17.8 made three-pointers per game. Tatum is projected to score 32 points and contribute all across the board. Now, Miami sitting at 25-25. They're coming off an 86-102 loss to the Nets, where they struggled in the fourth quarter. Tyler Hero leads the team with 23 points per outing, and Bam Adebayo will need to step up. Expected to score 25 and, of course, as always, lead the Miami defense. Boston is a slight favorite with a 5.5-point spread. Now, with Miami's defensive strength and Boston's offensive firepower, this game could be a thriller. The over-under is 226.5, hinting at a close, defensive, yet efficient matchup. So, the question is, can the Celtics keep rolling and chase down the top spot, or will the Heat bounce back and hold court for a big win? And here are the rest of the games for tomorrow. And that wraps up tonight's preview, so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From the 1976 Olympic decathlon gold medalist, Caitlin, or formerly known as Bruce Jenner, once said, "I always felt that my greatest asset was not my physical ability, it was my mental ability." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on the Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, right here on the Billionaire News Channel. This has been Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.